Hello everyone, welcome to Fiaura. Now, I want to take a longer break, but I also know that if I do, I'm going to, I might let stuff slide, and then, you know, next month I'm going to look up and go, oh crap, I didn't actually make enough money, and now I have to decide, so. And also, my grandfather never missed a day of work. And I know this for a fact, because I went to work for the company he retired from. They still had his file when I became a manager there, and I looked at it. Guy never missed a day. So, anyway, by the way, you know, Obsidian, moderators, handle these people. Seriously. I'll let you deal with them. I'm not even going to address them. I am in the Challenger! Mark 1. Not the Challenge 2. Chally 1. And that indeed looks like another one who is massively overextending himself, possibly. And I'm looking to see if I can sneak up and shoot him in the rear. And artillery is like, I'm going to shoot at you. Well, I don't like you either, Artie. Repeatedly shoot at you. That overextended Challenger, yeah, he's dead now. And I spy for me a tank destroyer. Now the biggest problem I have with the Challenger is the fact you only have Sabo and Hesh. You don't have a heat round. That's the only problem I have with it. Oh, and it's slow. Oh god, is it slow. But it makes up for being slow by having a massively overpowered amount of armor.
Identify target. Hostile tank.
And what's unknown right now is I'm actually spotting for the team in a main battle tank at point blank range. And I'm looking for shots, I'm trying to get shots, and I go, you know what? I've never been this ballsy. I'm gonna be this ballsy. And sure enough, artillery is the only thing that shoots at me. Really starting to piss me off, Artie. You gonna poke back up here? Oh, you're gonna do it? Good night. Kill number 1.
Identify target.
And, oh. By the way, the Sabo round on this thing, unlike the Chieftain Mark V, packs a wallop. Yeah, 640 damage rolls from a Sabo shell. So it might not necessarily need a heat round. I would like to see it have one, just so you have the option to not overmatch the lightly armored vehicles. And now it is go in and kill time. Yeah, also, way excellent gun handling from this 120 mil. I have nothing else to say about it. The gun handling on this tank is amazing. Downhill, uphill, 50 kilometers, 10 kilometers. Your aim circle's tiny. Rotating the hull and the turret is about the only way to get the aim circle to really bulge out. And it needs that. Because look, I was leading the charge and trying to stay in front, and everybody's outrunning me now. That's how slow you are. I'm struggling to get up to 30 kilometers an hour. 30! In a game where other MBTs do 50. This thing is slow. There's no other way to describe it. The biggest, hardest complaint I have about it is the speed. No, you don't. But the gun, extremely quick aim time, very small aim circle on the move, very, very good high penetration and damage output. Zooming in, zooming in. Oh, I missed. But it went where it did go where I told it to. I just missed. That's on me, the player. That one, however, again, right where you tell it to. I can undeniably say without a shadow of a doubt, every single shot I have fired in this tank when I had it is on the money. It is just that good of a gun. Score is now 8-4, but we have a lot of very low health tanks. And also, it's encounter battle. We can lose the other side of the map and still win this. Alright, there's the Leopard 2AV. At this extreme range. Ah, oh, shell went just a hair to the right. I mean, if he would have stayed poked up, it probably would have still hit him, but it wouldn't have damaged him. But the point here is the shell did go almost exactly where I told it to, and that's a range of over 1,000 meter shot. That was a 1,000 meter shot that almost went right on the money. But again, now you're going to see this thing suffers from being slow.
Identify.
Unlike this Leopard 1A5. Now let's go ahead and pull the trigger and just fling it up there.
Identify target. Hostile.
And I'm moving straight ahead as fast as I can. Leopard hits me, I don't care. The front armor on this thing is amazing. There is a weak spot. There's two of them. The big hatch on top you can penetrate for partial damage shots. And then on the front where the driver sits, there's this kind of little inlet. This kind of square box inlet that if you put a round into the inlet, it'll go into the turret ring, and that will also, that's a full damage penetration. But otherwise, the front of this tank is invulnerable.
Identify. Hostile tank.
However, as I said, it is slow, and I am trying to chase these guys down. Now, I am telling them, like, I set my throttle, and I tell them to back off. And kind of try to pull them in. But the VFM5s just try to stand their ground. And they're going to die for it. They are going to die for trying to stand their ground. We went from an 8-4 lead to a 4-3, about to be 4-all. All he had to do was start running. And eventually, because of them stopping to aim, I would have caught, especially since I'm going downhill now, I'm going to get up to about 50. Now, I am screaming at myself the whole time, by the way. Go faster, damn it! That is the most frustrating thing about this tank, is it's so freaking slow. And I did make the mistake of trying to chase a Leopard 1A5 in this thing. But as you can see, it goes over the terrain like it don't care. Now the score's 2-3. But they know the big bad Chalet's right here. Oh, that round actually went off. That was actually off course. Belle Gillette, no. And I paid for the overmatch this time. Now, this Terminator, if he would load his goddamn autocannon, he would kill that guy. And this was the hugest gripe with this teammate the entire time. He fired nothing but missiles all game. And as you can see, he hasn't got a kill with them yet. If he would just load his autocannons and go to town. There's a reason why the missiles on that tank are secondary armament. Again, another round slightly off course. Oh, turn, baby. There you go. Use his bad driving. Execution. That's my 5th kill. Yeah, you heard me. 5 kills. And I tell him in chat over and over again, use your 30 mils. Use your auto cannons. If you're in a Terminator, your auto cannons are your primary weapon for a reason. If he would have just used those auto cannons, that Belle Gillette Panzer would have been shredded on his way by. Instead, he tried to shoot it with a missile. As you can see, he missed repeatedly. Because you get 4 shots. Now, I am backing myself into the position with a building behind me, knowing that they are not directly behind me. They both went north, around the ABC area, so if I position myself here, I am most likely to be facing them when they come out. However, I did not account for just how long it takes to cap on an encounter in Armored Warfare when you don't really have anyone keeping the enemy off you. I really wish this Terminator would have his autocannons ready, but I already know he doesn't. I know he doesn't have his autocannons ready. And I'm lying through my teeth. Because people don't know the Challenger 1 doesn't have an anti-missile system. Nor does the Terminator. I'm just hoping that it's a good enough lie that the Belgiolette Panzer is unaware of the fact that we don't have this and won't fire his missiles at us. I hit the... he got away just... little hair! Alright, fine. I'm going after the Leopard too. Smack.
Identify. Hostile tank.
If he would just use those stupid AP rounds, I swear to you, this would be so much easier. Now I have ventured in here and I am surrounded. He finally hits a Leopard with the missile. But, dude! How many missiles have you fired this game? And then I find out, I can't fit between that plane and that building, and that plane is not a demolishable object yet. My only choice at this point is to drive around behind the Leopard and pin him between the Terminator and myself. Now the Terminator hits him again, and is now reloading, by the way. That's his 4th missile. There's my 6th kill. I love this tank. I can't say anything else about it other than, ha! It makes me feel good. Now, and that's what he gets for not using his cannons. That is exactly what he gets. He got a kill, sure. He died in the process, and if that last missile had not hit, I would not be able to catch that Belgiolette Panzer. I don't care the damage he did. I know he fired almost all of his missiles over the course of the entire match. The reason the Terminator works so well, guys, is because it keeps moving. People want to sit there and fire the missiles? Fine. That is long-range engagement only. But the damage... God, and this is with no boosts. This match was amazingly awesome. I wish I could see his detailed breakdown and see how many times he missed with those missiles, because that means he only hit with those missiles 5 times. He hit with 5 missiles. You guys saw him fire 8. I saw him fire 3 others. Use your autocannons. Seriously. Oh, but God, this was so much fun. Now we're going to get moving into the PvE here soon, but I believe this video has a little bonus content on it for you guys, and that is showing you the Challenger 1's weak point. If not, then I stand corrected. Does it? No, I'm going over the badges. Okay. Yeah, God. That's a badge-filled match right there. This thing, totally worth the pain of the Chieftain. In every way, shape, and form, worth the pain of the Chieftain. There's no other way to put it. It's worth the pain. Oh, here we go. So you guys see underneath the... well, nope. Okay, so we're going to move on to the other video, and I hope that I actually did it. As promised, the Challenger 1 in PvE. And this is kind of... PvP is your test against players, sure enough. And it is the real test of a vehicle as far as if it's good or not. But the PvE content is the test, is kind of the proving grounds for the vehicle's capabilities. It's kind of the chance to take it out, have a look at it, see how well it actually does, and then kind of figure out if it's worth all the effort you're going to put forth for it. TDs are not bad. I've driven... Now the Striker's terrible. And I'll get into why when I do my Striker video. Which is very soon. probably the next video. Hello. Oh, it's a upgraded Stingray 2. It actually has some armor.
Hostile tank.
Now the defect with the Challenger's gun is it's very slow to reload. As you guys will see constantly, I am going to miss kills. I am going to miss damaging opportunities because I am going to be reloading. And again, the other defect is you don't have a heat round. You can't switch to a more damaging round. You can switch to a Hesh round to deal with low health targets, or to just deal with targets that your AP round can't penetrate right now, such as a hold down Leopard 2. But I mean, that over penetration factor just costs you so much damage. So it is something that you have to be mindful of. You are going to end up losing a lot of damage from over pen. And your Hesh squash heads don't have the penetration to do full damage on just about every target you fire at. And also that slow reloads cost me about 3 kills so far. But as you guys can clearly see, this thing packs some punching. Now I did bounce the well-angled side of the C1 Arte there, but he dies before he can even fire another shot. Everybody just swarmed on him. And the side of this tank is literally just covered in ERA plates. I had 6 shots fly at me just then. 1 did actual damage, and all of them were from my side. And I figured out who did it. It's the Stingray 2! Okay, we're going to re-angle to block your shots, because you're obviously hurting me. And again, that overmatch factor is just cutting my damage down so much. And it's something that you always have to be mindful of. It's so frustrating. I'm not even sure what I hit there. But right now I'm sitting perfectly still in this position because I know from the front with my armor angled directly at them, these two Stingray 2s have no chance. The AI is not capable of making the shot consistently to actually hurt me. Hello, C1 Arate Corpse. Goodbye, C1 Arate. Apparently that's the Italian word for Ares, god of war. Yeah.
Protect the plane. We've accessed the hard drive remotely, but need time to download the
Hello. Everything. How are all of you today? You seem to be doing great. Now the one thing about the penetration of this gun, and I don't know if it's a unique Sabo round or what, but when you penetrate things from the front, you don't overmatch them. That was an AFV. That should have overmatched with this Sabo round easily. But it didn't. Now I probably should have gone into sniper mode for that shot, but oh well. This is the side of an Abrams. I'm aiming at the engine deck. Blew his engine. Flat out. And apparently somebody else set him on fire. Ah. Come on, hurt him. Oh yeah, that was an HE shell. 30 points. Now when you shoot at things from the side and rear, you're going to overmatch every time. And you don't have a heat shell to compensate for it. It's my #1. Actually, if that is my only complaint with this tank, this is an amazing vehicle. Between the overmatch and the speed are the only complaints I have, period. It has very good traverse. It has a very, very great, amazing main cannon that will just eat your enemies alive. The engine, despite not having a lot of acceleration or a very high top speed, has a lot of power to it. And what I mean by that is you can really push foes around, you can smash your way through destructible objects, and that rock right there. Look, I should have fallen. Like, flat out, I should have fallen off. And this tank is just like, nope, I got the horses. So while the transmission on it is not great, the engine itself is fantastic. So my only complaints are the lack of a heat shell and the lack of flat out speed. Mobility itself, the hull traverse, the turret traverse, they're amazing. And the cannon is, it's just insanely good for any tank. This cannon is great. So this is like one of the first MBTs I'm gonna say. I love nearly every aspect about it. My complaints are very minor. And apparently the T-90 was trying to hit me with a missile to see if that would actually hurt me. And the answer is, not from the front! Even if you hit the driver's port with a missile from the front on this tank that has enough armor to say, nope, shape charge, not going to work. Now, I didn't do the most damage, but that's because, you know, the lack of forward mobility. And in PvE, this tank will not excel. But in PvP, as you guys saw, this tank is a monster. And it's kind of the line I'm really waiting to unlock to go down. So let's take a look at the end results. I've had so much fun with this thing. I can't wait to get my hands on a Challenger 2. Like, I can't wait to sink my teeth into that. I did 10,000 spotting damage and 13 assists. Well, that's what I get for leading the charge, I suppose. Again, the cannon is amazing. I missed 2 shots. 2. This is a great tank. Flat out. Thank you, Britain. Good job! I can't wait to get my hands on a Challenger 2 and see what that thing's like. I hope it doesn't disappoint. Now, I am going to show you guys. You see that area underneath the gun? Right there above the driver's port? That little bitty box is where you want to aim. You want to get around to go in there. Or the commander's hatch on top if you want partial damage. But you want to get around to go in there. That is the only way to get full damage from the front. So I've now told you how to kill it. So, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope to see you guys in the next video. The channel on its own, without, you know, me really being online or doing anything, has actually grown over 1280 now. I haven't been in a pub Tanks of World of Tanks since live stream on Thursday. And that's because I had league practice, I had graduate work, and we heard my grandfather was having some difficulty last weekend. We thought he would be okay. And then last night I spent his last waking moments with him over Skype. I was up till 6 a.m. this morning, grieving and playing video games and just trying to lose myself for a little while. So, again, thank everyone for your well wishes. Thank you guys for staying with me and for your comments. They are truly appreciated. I might do a good long talk about this in the next yakking video, which is coming up Monday. But in the meantime, we are out of time. And if you want to see my previous Armored Warfare work, you can do so by clicking on the annotation right there. If you want to see more stuff by me, you can click the subscribe button. And if you want to help the channel, you can donate to the Patreon. With the big button right there. If you click on the card right now, it will actually take you to the fan funding area of YouTube, and you can donate to the channel through there, or you can click on the ad at the end of the video. Those are the 3 ways you can support the channel. And like my grandfather, I know I need to get back and get kicking, so I'm back and I'm kicking. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys on live stream later today.